Hey, everybody, welcome to Beyond the Footprints, our podcast where we talk about Bigfoot and Sasquatch and cryptids and other strange happenings in the woods. As usual, I'm Stu Johnson. I got my partner with me,
Brandon Hoffhines.
and we have a very special guest today or for this podcast. So I'm going to let Brandon go and introduce our guest, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, perfect. So we've got a really cool guest, guys. His name is Ryan, and he is with Bro Builds. And we are going to hear from him and kind of why he's here today and why we're so excited to be working together. But first off, Stu, I think that we owe it to our listeners and kind of apologize. We haven't been on air for 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks. That's right. That's okay.
Yeah, so we apologize.
I apologize. It's all me.
No, we had
I'm just
Thanksgiving.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
We,
Things happen
we
in our
had
lives, and so
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we have lives, right? So we had Thanksgiving. And then the week after that, unfortunately, Stu and his family got sick. So we couldn't do it. So we're so sorry, guys, but we are so glad that you're back here to join us with this podcast. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was doing the yay, but I have to get my hands looking like they're almost boxer's hands. That's not what it's about. Anyway,
Can you just
we're all
yell
feeling well,
Adrian
and we
real
got it
quick?
going. There we go.
There you go. There you go. All right, guys. So, hey, without further ado, we're going to introduce Ryan with Bro Builds. Okay, guys, this is a really good friend of mine. And Ryan, why are you here, man?
Let's say Ryan with Squatch Juice now. Ryan with
Ryan with
Squatchnut.
Squatch Juice and Squatchnut. That's right. You are officially part of the team.
Yep.
Super
Woohoo!
excited, super stoked. Why did you want to join, man?
So, Brandon, what have we known each other? Like a year or so now?
Something like that.
Something
Yep.
like that. So, we've just been hanging out, and he's been this kind of crazy Sasquatch guy on the side over here, and one day he told me about this energy drink. I work out a lot, so I'm interested in energy drinks, and called Squatch Juice, and I'm like, oh, that's a killer name. I love it. So he brings it over one day, and to be totally honest, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, no matter how this stuff tastes, whatever, I'm going to be positive. And he gives it to me, and we have that reaction on the I think on the Squatchnut TikTok, and it's 100% real. That it was amazing. Like that, my first reaction was just like, "Oh, this stuff tastes so good," which is really impressive for a. Well, it's not quite sugar free. I think there's like 1 gram or
Less than a gram.
less than a gram of sugar. And so that was, that was just my first reaction to it. It was the taste. It's really good. I've had a lot of the different energy drinks and stuff too, and I really like the Squatch Juice. And then just overall, the ingredients, all the different vitamins, and hey, they want to see me when I'm talking. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
You were
there you
waving. You were waving to us, so I'm waving back. No, you were in the bush.
go. I'm cleaning the
um,
camera.
but yeah, the
I know.
what do you call them? All the different
The multipliers.
the multipliers. Yeah, they're really effective. So Brandon always talks about how you get the energy and you don't get the crash, and then you get like mental focus. It works. It just works really well. And so when Brandon, asked me to come on and help with social media, I was all in.
Yeah, he was just like, "Can I do this even more? What else can I do?" And it's been so much fun making these videos.
Yeah,
So
it's only been a few weeks, but we've had
yeah,
gotten some good traction so far.
I think so. And
I've
it's
been
just going to keep
enjoying them.
going up.
I've been enjoying them.
We got more trips planned, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. We just got done doing a trip going to Idaho Falls. Stu, you saw that, right?
I did. I did. I'll bet you a bunch of our viewers slash listeners have probably saw all those TikToks and all that stuff too.
I hope so. But if they
Hopefully, yeah.
haven't, go to TikTok, find Squatchnut and Squatch Juice, and you'll see all of our videos. We've made some really cool commercials
Mhm.
where I'm working out in a Squatch or Sasquatch suit, and I'm all sweaty and all nasty. Ryan over there pretending to not lift and bench press like 300 pounds. This guy's a
300.
beast. Yeah,
Not 300.
300.
Yeah, don't get
He's
it
a
wrong,
beast.
man. Get it right.
Yeah, yeah. Don't downplay it.
Exactly.
Anyways, and so I lean over, and it's just like all this water is getting sprayed on him. It's water.
It's sweat.
It's sweat.
Sasquatch sweat. Sasquatch juice just nailing me in the face, and it gives me the energy of a Sasquatch, and I'm able to just rep out the weight. It's a funny video. I really enjoyed it.
Go watch it. We've got some more trips coming up. We're going to Utah, guys, and we've got a huge announcement for that. It's going to be amazing. So you're going to want to stay tuned. We're going to be going down to Utah.
Follow us on social media, Facebook
Yes.
or TikTok or whatever. And we'll do it just like we did with Idaho Falls. When we're driving down there, we'll keep you guys updated. And when we get down there, we'll release the big news. And it's really exciting. It's going to be awesome.
It'll be so much fun. I can't even wait. So he joined, and then all of a sudden it was just kind of like, hey, we need to go do Squatch games. You want to tell them what Squatch games is all about?
Yeah, I was just going to say, tell us about Squatch games, because I've been watching all the stuff and I kind of know, but I think everybody kind of wants to know.
Yeah, we need to do like an in-depth video about it. But
we do.
Well, we're still getting all the details hammered out. But basically, we're partnering with Kelly Canyon Ski Resort in eastern Idaho. And I grew up near Boise, and I've never even heard of it. It's a really, really cool little resort just past Idaho Falls. And that whole area is like a very growing area because of its proximity to
Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so anyway, so we're partnering with them. Really, really cool people over there. And we're putting on Squatch games. You can almost think of it like little mini X Games, basically ski and snowboard competition. And so if you want to, show what you can do, definitely we'll be opening for signups in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled on that, guys. We are waiting to hear back from the mountain on their social media, and when they're ready to launch it, we will launch it for signups.
Mm-hmm.
I got off the phone with Doug yesterday, and they just did the grand opening at the Tubing Hill, so
nice.
That's why he's been super busy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, I will get that to you Sunday. So
sweet.
Keep your eyes and ears open for that. If you guys are anywhere in the United States, if you want to travel all the way over here, or if you're in Idaho, Utah, in the Northwest, and you want to participate in this and show us what you got, this might ultimately, my goal is to get this to be a pre-qualifier for the X Games and for the Grand Prix.
And the cool thing about the location there at Kelly Canyon is the resort's going to be open.
Yep.
And so if you just want to come watch, that's another option too.
You can come and watch as well. That's right. So it's open to the public. We are just going to be charging for the participants who are going to want to be going out and showing what their skills are all about. And if you want to be a sponsor in this, it's going to be huge, guys. We're actually going to be doing this, and it's going to be putting Kelly Canyon and Idaho on the map. It's going to be pretty dang fun. So if you like to snowboard, if you got some sweet moves, if you feel like you can grind a rail, show up. We'd love to see you. So that's what it's going to be.
We want to see your sweet moves.
Sweet moves.
We want to see your sweet moves. And so it's going to be February 24th. So mark that on your calendar. So that's what it's all about. And it's going to be super fun.
And the whole event powered by Squatch Juice.
Powered by Squatch Juice. That is exactly right. And we're going to have our new flavor. Oh, did I just give a little bit of away?
What?
Wait, what?
Stay tuned.
Oh, stay tuned for that. Anyways, and so we're going to have some trials out there, so you guys will be able to taste it and test it. So yeah, it's going to be great. Ryan, moving on from that, tell us a little bit about what intrigues you about Sasquatch. Or you have a couple of channels out there, right? Tell us about the channels real quick, and like what you're doing in the outdoors, and what kind of gets you fascinated about Sasquatch.
So I guess my buddy and I have our biggest one is our TikTok bro builds, and we basically tell dad jokes, which the bro builds name with the dad jokes is kind of funny, but we have a YouTube channel called Bro Builds. And that's basically backyard DIY content. We kind of come at it from the angle of like, hey, we're just everyday bros. We have shirts that say bro, not pro. So like, if we can do it, you can do it too. So it's that's the whole idea behind the YouTube channel. And then TikTok just took a life of its own in a different direction. But the dad jokes are a lot of fun. And then we also have another channel. Yeah, I
enjoy them. Hey, I stop and watch.
People like to laugh. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. Like Dan and I really enjoy doing it. Although he's been so busy, we haven't been able to put out any TikTok content any content period. But we have another channel also called Bro Builds Garage, and that's more of like the outdoors stuff. So I have ATVs and so I like to go out and ride. And so I guess that's where you kind of tie it in with Sasquatch. So how does the idea of Sasquatch intrigue me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, especially that come onto the podcast, have encounters or different stories. And I don't have any stories, but I've spent a fair amount of time in the wilderness, like the fringes of the wilderness. Because like I don't think people understand how massive. Like when we talk about the wilderness, like if you look at a satellite map, there is so much forest out there, and we go into such a tiny percentage of it. So from that, like that's what intrigues me about the idea of Bigfoot is like we're in such a tiny little part of the forest. So the idea that there's this elusive creature, there's not very many of them. Do I think it's possible? Absolutely. Am I a believer to the level of Brandon? I would say not yet, but he's working on me. The podcast is working on me. So keep coming with your encounters and your stories, and
Yep.
and my mind is open.
Well, we have this trip planned. We've been planning this trip for a long time. It's called the Caribou Loop, and it goes from Idaho into Wyoming, back into Idaho, and makes a huge 250-mile loop. When you go back into the wilderness of Wyoming, we might find something back there because you are back there, and we go about 14,000 feet. So not a lot of people get back in there, and it's absolutely gorgeous back there. So we've been planning it forever. We just got to figure out when we're going to do it. We had a really good dinner with the gentleman who built it, with the Wyoming senator, and we were trying to figure out a time to do it. When that happens, you guys will know as well, and we'll definitely make a video and post on that as well. But
for sure,
that's where we're gonna get your Sasquatch encounter, man. Is up there?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm open.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Stu, you coming?
When is it? When are we doing it? When are we going?
I don't know. We just said we don't know.
I'm good for any trips into the wilderness.
Heck yeah, I say we do it. So, anyways, guys, Brian's been super, super helpful. I have been just so grateful for everything that he's done and the level of expertise that he's brought to Squatch Juice and Squatchnut has been awesome.
I've been doing like you could just call it social media, I guess, for about 8 years now as my full-time job. So
he knows it. He knows a thing or two.
That's why Brandon thinks that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's exactly right. He does. If you guys watch his channels, you'll know he's pretty good.
Brandon, he's very business minded. And I always tell him, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Even though I've technically been working for myself for 8 years, I'm like, I don't know anything about business. I just make videos. That's all I've done for 8 years.
And there's nothing wrong with that. So it's been great. So it's been super fun. So Stu, are we going to do another SquatchCon this year? What do you think?
This year, no. Because it's
Next
December
year
of 2023.
that's good point.
And I don't think we have time to pull one together in the next 29 days.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to target a time. We have to figure it out way in advance. They're already promoting. This is crazy. They're already promoting concerts that are going to happen next September and October here in Boise.
I know.
And I'm just throwing that out there. Last time we did it in a 6-week crunch. Last year we did it in a 6-week crunch, man. 7 weeks. It was crazy.
7. It was.
Let's not do that to ourselves this year. Let's find a date and let's lock on and let's get things going. Anyway, I know you're on board with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board. Let's hear from our listeners and our viewers. If you guys want to see another SquatchCon, or do you guys want to come to another SquatchCon, let us know. Let us know what you guys would like to see, what was good, what could be different, what could be better. And we'll see what we can do. I know that I've been talking to Brandon Tennant with in Pocatello, where he does his in Pocatello, and he's on board with maybe doing one together.
I'd like to see a real live Sasquatch at the next one, please.
Hey, we invited every single Sasquatch that lives in Idaho, please. None of them showed up. Can you believe they stood us up like that?
Maybe they were there and they're just that good at hiding.
Could be. That's a very good point.
Yeah. Like John Cena?
John Cena. Oh boy. But
guys, I'm noticing that my light is too bright. Let me go turn it off for a second.
You're good.
Go on without me.
So he's going to go check his lights out. But if you guys would like to see another SquatchCon, I know that Ryan did some filming of the last one.
It's almost done. We're going to be posting it soon.
Sweet. And that's going to be of the whole entire day. And it's going to have a little bit about what everybody did on stage with the distinguished speakers. So it's going to be a pretty cool film. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited to see it.
I'll show it to you as soon as we're done recording.
Sounds good. So, anyways, I think that we should kind of get some reviews. I actually had one guy email me and said we should do a 5K, and he's one of like the main directors for YMCA. And I was like, "Do you want to do it? Put it on for us. Be in charge of that." And he said, "Yep." So, anyways, we've got some people who actually want to come out and help for the next one, but we want to make it bigger and better if we do it.
Yep. Yep.
I think you could for sure. Especially if you did that last one in 7 weeks. I didn't realize you guys did that so quick. That's super impressive.
Super fast.
If you give yourself at least 8 weeks, the next one will be twice as good.
Exactly. It'll exponentially build from there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what you can do in a week's time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. But, so, let us know what you guys think, and we kind of go from there. Squatch Games 2024, February 24th. We'd love to see you guys
Gonna
there.
be amazing.
Oh, man. I can't even wait. So, Ryan Neptune's going to be there. If you guys don't know who Ryan Neptune is, look him up. He's an Olympian, professional snowboard. This guy's in his 50s. He's a really good friend of mine, known him for years, and he can still pull off the coolest backflip 360s I've ever seen.
That's so cool.
This guy's amazing. So if you guys want to come up, see him, snowboard with him on the mountain, maybe, this could be an opportunity. So it's going to be pretty fun. We just got to hope we get snow.
Got to have the snow.
There'll be good snow up there.
Yeah.
There'll be good snow up there.
Well, by February, absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll cross our fingers. So what do you got planned for Christmas, Stu?
Just the typical, let's have Christmas and make sure that the family has fun, gets together. You know, that's what I'm all about.
There you go. Well, I was thinking maybe fishing. Oh, there you go. Do some ice fishing. You're going to go up to Cascade?
Yeah, we get up there 3 or 4 times every winter.
There you go.
Speaking of ice, I think Brandon might do an ice plunge in the lake with me this year.
Oh, done.
Frozen Lake. The last couple of years, we've been hopping in Lake Lowell and see if I can't push Brandon under the ice this year.
I don't really think you can't push the willing, my friend.
Do you do it to start? Do you do it to start the new year? Is that what you've been doing, right?
A friend of mine, he did every day of January. He went in and he was talking about it again. He's like, "Oh, see if I can get Ryan to do it." So I may be doing an ice plunge in the lake every day of January this coming year.
That would be amazing. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what's one of the most extreme things that you've been able to do in the wilderness? Dude, you've been on a couple of backpack trips way back in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about those.
A really, really fun one I went on basically the beginning of this backpacking season. Just me and my chocolate lab, Libby, and we went up to Trail Creek Lakes. And it's really fun for me because just a couple years ago, I was like pretty overweight and I've lost a bunch of weight. And so like going out and doing stuff like backpacking, it's just so much easier and more enjoyable. And just the two of us, we went up there and it's like 6, I think around 6 miles, but it's like uphill the whole time.
Wow.
Like super steep. But yeah, I mean, you definitely hear a lot of noises when you're out, like when you're that far away, people can't drive back there. There's not very many people. And you definitely hear a lot of stuff out there. But yeah, so I did that backpacking trip again later. Me and my brother-in-law went to Mount Rainier. We backpacked around, not like up Mount Rainier, but we backpacked around the base of Mount Rainier in that area. There's quite a few people around there though. And then my brother and I went out to the Waihees for one night. But yeah, backpacking, man, if you've never had the privilege of backpacking, you don't need a bunch of special gear. Just get a backpack and go out. And there's something special about just getting out there. I mean, you guys know, like same with like hunting and stuff like that.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, just getting out there away from the majority of people and like just getting into nature. It's special, man. There's something special about being out there.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
I'm
totally
on that
agree.
page.
So he's actually got a really good video on his channel. Which channel was that one on? Is that Ryan Gets Fit, where you're packing the pack, getting ready to go on the trip?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good video, actually. It shows all of the supplies that he's taking, the food that he's taking. So if you're wanting to get into backpacking, or if you're into backpacking and you're like, oh, can I add something? What else am I missing? You literally go watch it. It's actually pretty
Man,
informative.
the cool thing about like the day and age we live in, like I'm all about supporting local, but they tend to be more expensive. With Amazon, like if you're not sure about something like backpacking, or really any activity, you can get into it for so much cheaper than you could, 20 years ago. So you can start off with, you can find a very affordable backpack and sleeping bag and all that stuff. And that may not last you as long, if you really get into backpacking. But if you're just going to do it like once or twice a year, or you're just not sure about it, there's some good stuff out there for good prices. And I'd say that goes for any activity, not just backpacking.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's going to be dependent on the season as well. So you're going to need some heavier, warmer stuff in the colder season.
I've never done winter backpacking, but I'm going to try it this year.
Let's see if we can backpack into some hot springs, man. Would you be down for that?
That sounds like
Cold,
a far hike.
But far.
Maybe we should snowmobile into
Well,
some hot springs.
Maybe I think we have that planned. Maybe. So that might be. We've got some really cool commercials planned for Squatch Juice, which does include some snow machines and going to some hot springs up here in Idaho while we're sitting in the nice 104-degree temperature water, enjoying some Squatch Juice.
That old $400 snow machine is still available.
Do you think we could buy that and then like you can just pull me on a tube?
Yes. Then it's going to turn into a survival video. We definitely get stranded somewhere.
I'm down for the adventure. Stu, you coming?
I'm there.
He's always there.
Heck yeah.
I like it. I love it. So yeah, we've actually got some pretty cool plans to try to go.
I stay in shape so that I can do things when I want to.
Yeah. You do how many burpees again every day?
I do 100 burpees every day, full 6 count.
I've been
doing
watching videos on that. That's crazy.
At the end of this month, it'll be 5 years of doing 100 burpees every day for 5 years.
No way.
Yeah. So guys, go check his channel out.
That's crazy.
Just search 100 burpees and you'll see this guy. I'm telling you, it is
every
crazy.
day. You might have to scroll around a little bit. It's pretty easy to find me, I think.
No, it's pretty simple.
I've been using the same hashtags for a long time, so I fall in some of those categories.
I didn't realize you'd been doing it that long.
I started when I was a young punk kid at 57 years old, and now I'm an old man at 62.
Huh? What's that say about us? I don't know.
You're young punk kids.
Well, that's pretty impressive. I think honestly, we need to contact the Guinness World Book of Records, and we need to get them to come out and put you in. I don't think anybody's has done 100 burpees consecutively for 5 years every day. I don't think anybody has.
Probably not.
I would guess that too. However,
even 2 days in a row.
the challenge with something like that is I've been recording them and putting them on TikTok for about 3 years now. But I have a couple of years that you just have to go by my word. I don't have video proof that I did them, so I think that might be a sticking point. I'd lose a couple of years, I think.
3 years, Stu, even at 3 years, Stu, I guarantee you no one's done it past maybe 2 days, 3 days, or maybe a week.
Seriously.
Unless you're like in PE.
100 burpees a day. Like
that's a
ton.
ton.
People do the push-up challenge a lot, but
we should
burpees.
We should start it. We should start a burpee challenge.
I work out all the time. I don't need more.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
You got a competition coming up. Just imagine the weight you're going to be able to lift because you did 100 burpees. All things just
so when you say that the plunge maybe every day in January, that's how my burpees started.
Really?
I started at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do 100 burpees every day, January of 2019, and let's see what that does. And at the end of the month, like on the 28th or the 29th, when I was standing there after finishing, going, I'm like, that was. I said out loud, nobody was around, but I said out loud, that was way too hard for somebody who's done about 3,000 burpees in the last few weeks. So I said, I'm going to keep going until it's not like that. And so I turned it into a 100-day, 10,000 burpee challenge, which evolved into a year, Stu's, year of the burpee. And now 4 more years on top of it. So
that's so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It really is. If you guys have never done burpees, they are difficult. After like your 10th one, you're like, okay, I'm going to die. This is coming from a guy who works out a lot. Like burpees are tough.
And then I do like a half of one and I want to die. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't work.
He just squats down and then jumps to the plank position, and it's like, all right, I'm done.
Done. Yep, pretty much. Well, I think we'll. I mean, honestly, I think that we're gonna have so much fun, guys. Follow us on our socials: Squatchnut, SquatchCon, or Squatchnut and Squatch Juice. Let us know about SquatchCon 2024 if you guys want to have one. What do you guys want to see? I'm thinking maybe Eagle Island. I don't know, but let us know. Go to Bro Builds. Go check him out. Follow him. He's got some really cool content, and he's got a really cool YouTube channel for little kids. My little daughter loves it. Tell them about that real quick.
I don't usually talk about it. Yeah, I mean, I have twin daughters, and when they were little, especially, we would just film silly skit videos, and it kind of just took off. My wife's in them, and she's very talented. But yeah, it's called Twins and Toys. Just a fun little YouTube channel.
It's really cool, guys. My daughter loves it, and if you've got little kids like me and you want something for them to be able to watch that's educational and it's super just clean and funny and good, go check them out. It's actually a really cool channel. So I just want to say thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Glad to be a part of Squatchnut now.
Oh, dude, me too. Me too. Stu, it's good seeing you, my friend.
Man, good to see both of you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Good to see both of you.
We need to get together here.
We need to do something. I don't know. Maybe we go ice fishing. Huh? Ice
Good.
fishing excursion.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it all out. There's a lot of time to do stuff.
Yep. Well,
I'm scanning the shoreline for Bigfoot, all day long.
You never know. He can pop up anywhere. There's a lot of videos of that.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's true. Well, Stu, I'm going to sign off, my friend. I want to say thanks again, and we'll see you next week. We got another great guest coming on next week.
Yes, we have an awesome guest. We won't I won't mention him now. We'll introduce him when we get there, and but he has a sighting story. He and his wife, so it's kind of cool.
That's pretty sweet. I can't wait.
And I have not heard his story on purpose because I want my facial reactions to be fresh when he's talking about it.
So legit. Okay. All right, my friend. It was good seeing you. This is Brandon signing off.
This is Stu signing off. Till the next time.
This is Ryan signing off.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a great rest of the day.